Well, a powerful blast has destroyed a motorhome on the Songhees First Nation and has badly injured the man who lived in it. The RV exploded into a ball of flames with a force so strong, the 27-year-old man was thrown from the motorhome onto the ground outside. Despite the rescue efforts of his neighbors, he suffered serious burns and other injuries. CTV's Erin Glazier has the story. She joins us live with more. Erin.
Hudson fire departments up and down Vancouver Island are reminding people to keep a close eye on heaters, propane tanks, and anything with an open flame this time of year, especially within the close confines of a motorhome. Snapping photos and surveying the damage, investigators sift through the burnt-out remains of this motorhome on the Songhees First Nation. 911 calls came flooding into the View Royal Fire Department at about 10:40 last night after neighbors heard a loud explosion.
Upon arrival, crews found a fully involved RV at the back of the property that was occupied by a single gentleman who received burn injuries from the explosion.
Neighbors came running to help 27-year-old Arnie George, but the damage was already done.
Just as I got over here, we saw Arnie come flying out of the window head first. Then I went over there and picked him up. He turned around, looked at me, and he looked at the camper. Then he wanted to go back in there.
Mike and his brother then steered everyone away for fear of another explosion.
The smell of propane was too strong. We just moved everybody back as far as we could and waited for the fire trucks to show up.
The force of the blast blew out a side window. Fire investigators believe it started with an attempt to warm up.
We're undetermined on the actual source of the fire, but we do have a 20-pound propane bottle inside the RV unit that was used for heating.
Marshall says the fire was so hot it had to have been more than 1,200 degrees as the aluminum siding on the RV melted right off.
At some point during the fire, the propane bottle's relief valve let go, so we pretty well had a blowtorch on the inside of the trailer that just continued to fuel the fire while crews were attempting to put it out.
The injured man is in the intensive care unit at Royal Jubilee Hospital with second-degree burns and is expected to recover. But it's a reminder for everyone to be careful this time of year.
Especially with the temperatures now dropping, if you need an extra source of heat for your RV, for your home, or whatever it may be, you want to make sure that you use the proper source of heat, as well as following the manufacturer's recommendations on clearances to combustibles with those.
Hudson on top of portable heaters, basically anything that can be plugged in, whether it's a Christmas tree, lights, computers, or stereos. As people crank up their heat in their homes this time of year, it's important to make sure you unplug any unnecessary electronics and make sure ovens and stovetops are turned off as well.
Be careful with gas. All right, Erin Glazier, thank you.
You're welcome.